The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A game there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, Drew Chrisman on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback. Throwing to start the drive. Farrell. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now left side on the swing pass. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Farrell.
That's caught left side to the tight end Pitts. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Off the play fake, Farrell. He gets it to Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They'll look to throw again.
Throw left side complete to Chase.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes their early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Portland's offense now about set to take over. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Delay of game.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll drop to throw. It's caught by Royal. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Royal making the catch over the middle. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Farrell. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Graves.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Portland football here ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Looking to throw. Farrell.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick is indeed good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 1 now. Looking to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. 4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Farrell. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Looking to throw. Farrell. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lumberjacks are back within a score.
Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Drew Chrisman on to punt as he gets this one away.
It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Farrell. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The sack recorded, and It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Now a give to Taylor. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
This offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Graves. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. To throw on second down. Farrell targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Perry.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They'll go with a keeper. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, you know, as everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
So past the halfway point of the season and now
halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
A one-point game through 2 quarters as we get rolling here in the second half. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw. Farrell. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Farrell, he finds his man, complete. That's Graves. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Back to throw. Farrell. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Looking to throw. Farrell. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Justin Jefferson.
That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list.
And the Lumberjacks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. punt of 38 yards officially.
Portland's offense now about set to take over.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Operating from the gun. Farrell.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15. 1st down, Seahawks. They're going to look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Draw play for Brown.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines.
Portland's offense now about set to take over.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's got some space here.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 98 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Again, it's Taylor. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Looking to throw on second down. Farrell. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 4th down, Farrell.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Back to throw. Farrell. This is caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Buda Baker, the safety, he gets in from the secondary for the sack. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Farrell. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for number 86, incomplete. A.J. Terrell on the coverage.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The pickup there, 5 yards.
First down, Portland.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
121 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's great.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Farrell, he finds Taylor, complete. Gets past one man, and he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Going to be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, first down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Thrown away and incomplete. Second and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Back to throw here. He finds his target, Royal. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter to about the 40-yard line.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. He'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now back to throw. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fielded at the 33. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
2 yards on the play. First down, number 10.
Here's Taylor.
Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First and 10, Taylor now.
Tackle made there by Buda Baker. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Taylor. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over.